All right, software engineering is really hype right now. A lot of people are talking about it. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 5 reasons why I personally love my job as a software engineer. Stick around because I think number 5 is by far the best point. All right, let's get into it. Just a little introduction quickly for those who may not know me. I pivoted from criminology to computer science. Basically, taught myself everything because I did an online CS degree, and I have another video about that with more context. And I went from doing jobs that I hated, which basically paid me around minimum wage, to now having a job as a software engineer at a Silicon Valley tech company, which I love, and I actually make good money here. And in this channel, I share my journey and tips to hopefully help you out and save you a lot of time in your journey if you're looking to do something similar. So if that sounds interesting, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And without further ado, let's dive into it. And by the way, I do have some notes in front of me, so I'm looking down at any point. I'm just looking at my notes. So, firstly, the number one reason, or rather the first reason why I love being a software engineer is no more dealing with annoying customers. Now, maybe this will be a bit of a controversial take, but I used to do customer service roles. I basically only done customer service roles before I did software engineering. And in these roles, my most recent one before software engineering was a call center role. And in that role, I would take maybe anywhere from 30 to 50 calls a day. And about 3 to 5 of those calls, most customers were very nice. So, just a caveat there, most people were very nice. But about 3 to 5 people I had to deal with in a day would be like yelling at me and saying a bunch of crap over the phone. And I'm just honestly so glad that I don't have to deal with that anymore. So I won't go too much deeper into that. I mean, I can if people are interested to talk about my customer service job. So let me know if you want to hear more about that. But there really isn't too much more to say there. I had to deal with annoying customers on basically a daily basis. And at my current job as a software engineer, no one has yelled at me yet. So it's going good so far, and I enjoy that a lot more. Now, reason number 2, you get paid well early. Now, this was a very important reason for me. I didn't want to be in a career where I had to like do a bachelor's and then a master's and then a PhD and then like get 10 years of experience and then finally I'd start to get good money. I wanted to get good money, fairly early. And software engineering is one of those few careers that allow you to do that, right? Like you hear about kids coming right out of university, getting 6-figure job offers, and I was able to, get a pretty good offer right out of university as well. So it's just I think that's so much better. Like me personally, I'm not a school type of person. Like I was a terrible high school student, average college student at best. And yeah, I didn't want to have to continue with like getting a master's or something like that. Like school is just not in my blood, I feel. So yeah, I was, it was a relief for me to just do my 4-year degree, get some internship experience, and then be able to get paid well at the first job that I took right out of college. So I really like that about the industry. Next, great work life balance. Now, one caveat with this point is this will, of course, differ from company to company, right? So, even within software engineering, some software engineers will work at a company where the work life balance might not be great. So their experience will be different than mine. In my experience, though, I've worked at 2 companies so far. One was an internship and one was a full time role. And I'm still currently employed at that full time role. And so far, work life balance has been phenomenal. I have no complaints. I can take time off when I need to. Taking time off is encouraged. I work fully remote, so I wake up like 5 minutes before I start my job, right? Before, when I used to work the customer service role, I would have to commute 1 hour there, 1 hour back, on top of the time it takes to get ready. So, my work day was a lot longer than 8 hours technically. And other reasons, as far as work life balance, I can, if I have something going on during the day, something comes up during the day, assuming I'm not doing any critical project that needs my attention right at that moment, which I'm usually not, I can just shoot a message on Slack to my team and say, hey, I'm not going to be available for the next hour. I'm going to be AFK. And, rarely, if ever, do I get pushback on that. People are very understanding. So this is a very unique experience from all the jobs I've done before. Of course, in customer service, you can't just in the middle of in the middle of a phone call say, "Yeah, I'm gonna go take a break." So that's something I love, and there's zero complaints about the work life balance on my end. I'm very happy with it. Next, tech culture is awesome in my opinion. Now I'm sure you've seen the day in the life of a software engineer videos, or just heard about kind of software engineer work style, right? Where they have like cafes in the office and a bunch of food and a bunch of cool things. And I work fully remote, so I haven't got that experience. But some of the things I like about the culture at my company, which is a tech company, is they'll send me like a box full of snacks like once a month. Again, not a huge deal. I'm sure the snack costs what, a couple dollars, but it's a nice thing to receive, right? On top of that, tech culture, at least at my company, focuses a lot on inclusivity, which I feel is important, and I really like that aspect. And other aspects of the tech culture is I feel it's just more lax, for lack of a better term, than other cultures that I've been in. And I'm going to touch on that a little bit more in reason number five. So, overall, the tech culture experience I've had so far has been very positive. It's been much more fun, more enjoyable, more relaxed than any other culture that I've experienced previously. And I'm very happy with that. Now, reason number five, this is by far my favorite reason, like, has to be, or at least at the very least, it's on par with some of the other reasons that I mentioned. But honestly, I would say it's higher because this was extremely important to me. Now, just to give a little bit of background, I've always been someone who wasn't really, too formal, right? That's one of the reasons when I said school wasn't in my blood. That's kind of the same thing. Like you have to do an assignment, and everyone's being marked the same way, graded the same way. It's all like very formal and like very stringent. I felt, and that was one of the reasons why I didn't really get along with school too well. And if I had to do a job, which I know, there's some jobs out there where you have to look like absolutely dashing every single time you go to work. So you have to wear a suit or you have to wear something super formal. I just couldn't do it. And one of the things I love about tech is the lack of formalness, for lack of a better term. I'm not sure if formalness is a word, but when people conducted my interviews in tech, they would always just show up wearing something very casual, a t-shirt, jeans, maybe a sweater or something like this. And at the job, again, I'm not expected to dress a certain way or look a certain way. I found tech is very accepting in that sense about what you can wear or whether you can have tattoos or you can't have tattoos, things like that, right? Another thing that I love when I talk about the lack of formalness is the lack of emphasis on paper credentials, right? So we all know that, and by the way, I always recommend people go to university, go to college, and get computer science degrees. I got a computer science degree. I don't regret it one bit. But the fact of the matter is, not everyone has the money or time to go to college, right? And the fact that in the tech industry, there's companies who are still willing to interview and hire people for like six-figure jobs, these well-paying jobs, if they don't have the most traditional background. I think it shows open-mindedness, and I think it's like the inclusivity thing again, right? It's important to recognize that not everyone, just straight up, not everyone just has the opportunity to go to college. Some people don't have the money, unfortunately. Some people just don't have the time, unfortunately. So with a lot of the other industries where they basically require you to have a degree or require you to have some sort of paper credential, they basically close off the job opportunity to these other people who unfortunately didn't have the chance to get schooling, right? And what I love about tech is they don't close that door to people. They still give them the opportunity to come in, to interview, and potentially land a very well-paying job. Now, with all this said, I still think having a CS degree is a big benefit. And again, I encourage people to get it. But just the fact that the tech industry is willing to hire people without CS degrees, I love the inclusivity factor of it, and I also love how it kind of goes against the traditional status quo. So I'm a fan. So overall, the lack of formalness is a big thing for me, and one of the reasons why I love being in the tech industry, and one of the reasons I love being a software engineer. And yeah, so in conclusion, best job I've ever had. Straight up, I don't see myself doing any other job. At least, as far as working for another company. As far as my own personal ventures, I do see myself doing that. So if I decide to, start my own business or something like this social media channel and such, I'm trying to take off right now. And any effort that I need to put in there, I will put. But that's more like a personal venture, so it's just a different feeling when you're doing that, right? But as far as working for another company, I don't ever see myself, at least at the moment, I don't ever see myself going out of the tech industry or going out of a software engineering role. So best job I've ever had. And that is everything for this video. If you found this helpful, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Any questions as well, feel free to comment them down below or DM me. I'm more than happy to answer. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.